Hello friends, this is Ganesh and hope you're doing great. And in this video, I'm going to explain a simple concept called BAPI extension. As an ABAP, everyone aware of the extension process, maybe a different name like user exit, customer exit, BADI. So the basic idea is SAP is a product and it's the solution. The solution from the product is always a generic way and depends on the customer requirement. If we need to enhance the standard product object, then we go with the concept called enhancements. So here we call it as extensions, meaning BAPI is the communication channel which allows the people to communicate with SAP, and it could be a creation or change or just to get the data from SAP. So the different process. So BAPI offers. So BAPI in the sense business object offers. So in that case, depends on the business need. If you need to enhance the standard BAPI, we are going to use the term called BAPI extensions. Excuse me. So the basic idea is there is a BAPI. It allows the user to create a purchase order at SAP side, and based on the requirement, they want to send additional data to be updated in the purchase order information and purchase order document. So that is the simple example about why the extension is needed. So for that, we are going to update the BAPI. So here we are going to work with BAPI. We are not going to work with business objects here. So this is just an BAPI extension. So we are going to extend or enhance the BAPI in such a way it is capable of receiving the additional information while creating a purchase order. So here the example which I am going to explain you is the purchase order creation. Okay. So a little technical, how we approach this extension process in the technical way. As we aware of enhancement concept, function exit, customer exit, and screen exit. So whenever you do a screen exit, you have to perform a database change, database table level change to adapt the screen field values. Okay, it's very basic. So whatever value entered by the user, that needs to be added in the relevant standard table, also part of a custom fields. The same thing we are going to implement in BAPI extension also. The BAPI which I am referring here is to create a document. So the relevant table is to be updated with the new custom fields, which we are going to update the values also. So that is the way it needs to be done for the BAPI extension. So we need to have a database level change. And if you take a screen level, probably yes or no. If the screen is a non-SAP screen, so the requirement is from the non-SAP system to add a custom field in a particular standard table, then we don't worry about the screen level changes. But if it is SAP level, SAP side screen changes, yes, we have to implement the screen exit also. And then we don't want to change the structure or anything in the BAPI side, because BAPI provided a parameter, it's called BAPI extension in and BAPI extension out. I think I'm correct. Maybe some short might be there. Let's see in the BAPI in the system side. So there is a parameter which receives the value to accept or to update the custom field. So you don't want to update anything in the BAPI structure level. So you have to update in the screen if it is SAP, and you have to update in the database table also, but not the BAPI. Okay, so this is a way, or these are the steps which we have to perform if you want to make any BAPI extensions. So let's get into the system. Sorry, slide first. So first you have to redesign the screen and database table. So relevant information, relevant table, and then screen. And then you have to find the relevant structure. So here we are not going to use just an append structure. It's like not every, wherever there is a possibility of extension. So those tables has a structure, especially they made that structure for custom fields. So we have to identify that structure in a relevant table and you need to add the tables, sorry, or add the custom fields. Okay, that is the first step. So you need to identify the relevant structure and make sure that should be in the relevant table. So if it is a PO, it should be EKKO. If it is a header or item, it's EKPO. And then you need to understand what is the format. As I mentioned, BAPI has a parameter which accepts the custom field values. So there are some format is there, and what is the structure you are passing, and what is the value of the structure. So those things to be little bit new, but it's very simple to understand. So that we need to identify and understand what type of what is the format actually we are passing the values to the standard BAPI, especially to that parameter. And technical steps, find the structure of the relevant database table. Yeah, it's, which I already done. And this is the one which we have to look into that as nothing but have a structure after the custom field addition. Once the custom field done, you need to identify the structure name. Normally those structure starts by BAPI underscore T underscore. It's mostly relevant with your BAPI structure name. I'll show you in the system. So once you identify this, and this is the one which we are going to pass as a one of the value in the extension in BAPI parameter. Okay, and then fill the custom field values and pass it to the relevant BAPI parameters. This also I explained. So one of the BAPI parameter is ready to accept the custom field values. So this is a way you need to design the BAPI extension as well as pass the value. Okay, then so nothing. Let's get rid of the system. Okay, and this is my SSC system. And BAPI PO create one is the one which I'm going to use for the BAPI extension. So here I'm not going to add anything or include anything to the BAPI structure. So the main thing would be here as extension in for customers own field input parameter, extension out. See, okay, I mentioned wrongly. It's not BAPI extension in, just an extension in, an extension out. And this is for customer own fields and export parameter. So it's just receiving from the BAPI, and this one we are sending the value into the BAPI. So these are the two structures which we are going to use to pass the value to the custom fields. Okay, if you see the structure of the particular structure as structure name, what is the structure name, and these are the values which is going to be carry, and each one is 240 character. Okay, so we'll see how we are going to use the structure. This is the one, and another one, let's get into the data dictionary, where we need to identify the particular structure of EKKO table. So let's say I'm going to update the value for the header information. So I'm going to update only the particular relevant structure, header relevant structure. So EKKO is a table where I'm going to identify the custom structure. It accepts the values, custom fields. Okay, let's get into EKKO table. F7. So field, what you can do is find custom, customer number, find next. So I have custom fields. Okay, so this table has a structure. Start with CI underscore EKKO DB. Just double click. This structure already has two fields added by someone else. I'm going to make use of the same thing. Suppose if you are going to, mostly the structure is already updated because a lot of requirements or keep on coming every day, especially for the PO. So definitely the structure has been added with some fields. Suppose if it is a test system, so you don't have anything, just double click, it will ask do you want to create, then you can say yes, then you can create it. That will allow you to create with some fields. Okay, so this is the one, this is another step to identify the structure, custom field structure, and just add the fields whatever is required. Okay, And another one is, so ekpo is not, I'm not going to do that, but still I just show you that ekpo. Another way to find is, let me collapse this. Okay, so here this structure is for ekpo table and it has only one custom field is already available. Okay, so the another one is we need to identify a structure which is going to be like BAPI underscore T. That is very important because we have to pass that structure name to one of the field in the extension in parameter. If you go extension in, the first field is structure. So you have to pass the structure. So here we have two different structure. One is for header, one is for item. So those things you have to pass here, pass to this particular field. So for that you need to identify a structure. It starts with BAPI underscore TE underscore star F4 structure. You'll get a lot, but it will display only the first 200 values. So mostly it's relevant with the BAPI structure. So this is for table extension parameter for this BAPI, and this is BAPI interface for a settlement calendar and enhancement for structure CALP. So a lot of things or a lot of structures, relevant structure, especially for the extension, we just make use of this mostly for customer enhancements. Okay, or just a BAPI table extension for this table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a little more detail. So normally it starts with MEPO F4 structure, and here you're able to see MEPO header. I want this header, and this is the relevant for item. I'm not going to pass anything for the item. If you want, you need these two. You know about this X and with X, right? So you have to make the particular flag as X, one then only those fields to be updated in your database table. So I want these two structures to be included. So what is inside the structure? Just this structure name I have to pass over here as a value. Okay, so record by record I have to pass. Then click display. It will have one common key field. So this structure is mainly for the purchase order. So this has PO number and the field whatever I have added in EKKO that is going to be listed here. Okay, this is for MEPO header. So you have to pass the PO number and values for the custom fields. So if you go with X structure display, same thing, a name. Okay, so you have to, this is the structure, this is actually a different structure end with X. And if you go with the item, so here MEPO item display, here also you have PO item. Okay, and you have this EKPO DB value. So here you can pass the value whatever you want. So okay, so these are the preparations of BAPI extensions. So we are good enough now, then we can start writing the code. So I didn't extend the structure because it's already there. So that's what I didn't do. But this could be one more step for you. If the particular field is not available, you need to add it. So just suppose double click and I'm going to click change. Okay, you can add it. Okay, whatever values you want, you can add it under this structure. This is why EKPO. So I didn't add structure because it's already there. I just want to make use of it. Simple. So now I need to write a code for this. So design is level, the structure level, yes, it's got changed, and how the value is going to send only through parameters. So only the code level we have to start working on it. Okay, let's get into the program. So this is the program. Now the program has the code which creates a purchase order. No extension is happening here. Okay, so just I need a header X, item X, and I need a return parameter. So nothing much. Okay, so here I just pass the company code, document type vendor, and the parameter for the X structure, and then item informations and appendix, and then this is again for the X parameter, simple, and I have header passing header and header X, item and item X, and return PAPI transaction comment. So no extension, uh, there is no code for extension here, okay? So I didn't use the extension in, I didn't use the structure, anything over here. So let me activate and execute this program. Let's see how it's updating the database tables along with the custom fields. Actually, it should be empty. Custom field should be empty. And I have a breakpoint. Execute. Okay, it stopped here and execute. The return parameter is filled with some values, and 809, and with 809 is my purchase order number. And let me execute fully along with transaction comment. Let's execute this and double click. Just come down to the custom field. It should be name one. Yeah, these are the two custom fields, but it's not filled because I didn't write any code to add the value through BAPI. Okay, so let's add the code for that. So I need some technical details from the BAPI perspective. Let's get into the code and go to the BAPI. And I want to know the structure of extension in parameter. So extension in is, this is the parameter for that. Okay. So let's have, so WT extension type this, because it's a table, so IT extension type table of this. Okay. So here I need to fill the values for my custom fields, right? So let me have it here after the code, wherever it is, it's fine. So extension structure. Okay, so what is the structure name? As we have seen, BAPI underscore TE underscore MEPO HEADER. Okay, and then value. So here we have only two. So value part one means single field is enough to hold our value. So what is the value? So that is going to be passed here. So I need two more work areas. That is for header, it's just an header type BAPI T underscore MEPO header, and then I need header X type BAPI MEPO header X. Okay, so here I pass the value for that header. What is the first one? Field as P1 number. So currently it doesn't have P1 number because it needs to be auto generate, so that will take care. So I'm going to means you need to pass or just ignore it. Excuse me. And then name one, so I can say test API extension, and then one more custom field is some ZC spin, so I can say spin 3. Simple. Okay, so this work area I have to pass it here. So you don't worry about more about the format, just pass it. So this value part will take care of it. I will depends on the field characteristics, like I can say what is that technical aspects, like the length of the field, so it's 20 and 30, depends on that it will arrange in this value parameter field. Okay, so we are almost done. So this needs to be the extension to be hold in a internal table extension, that's fine. And another one is WA. Okay, let me have this again. One more thing I want for X, the structure is X. Okay, and value part is also X, so that is again have to be here. Maybe it's same fields in X structure also, only thing is the values to be changed. Sorry, X So this is for the header and this is for header X. So only these to be added, and final step is extension parameter also to be added. So extension parameter is extension in equal it underscore extension. That's it. Back to it. Okay, so let me have a breakpoint and execute. Okay, so we want just an output, like what is the PO number return, because I didn't write any write statement here. Okay, so just one number 810. We'll execute. Then go here, go back 810, execute, double click. The two custom fields to be updated. Yes, name one and the other field, easy field. Okay, so this is the way to update or to design for a BAPI extension in the database level, and the format to pass the values to the relevant BAPI. So if you see in the debugging level, execute, I'll show you how this format, the value part field is getting the values. Let's see that one also. So here, I think it's already done. Yes. Extension is having two rows. One is for the header, structure header and structure X. And this is for the first parameter, value part one. So this is for 30 characteristics and this is 50, I believe. So based on the field length, it's automatically adjust the value. So you don't worry about it. Okay, so if the fields are more, so you can add a few more fields, and if it is more than 240 characters, you can use the other value part. Okay, so this is a way you can add the custom fields values depends on your requirement. Okay, so hope this video is useful for you. And so BAPI extension is, it's pretty simple. Only thing is you need to identify the relevant table and relevant structure. Simple, and then after that you can just add it. So if you have any doubt, let me know. And thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.